Hello and welcome to our second archery show, recorded live from the sidelines of the 2019 Hyundai Archery World Championships here in Stellenbosch. I'm Chris and I'm here with somebody who's done exceptionally well at these championships. He is right now preparing to take to the finals field this weekend on home soil to contest the recurve mixed team gold medal. Hello, Sjef.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm all right.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Talk to me about this week. You finished 7th in this championships. I know it was super close to getting where you wanted to be into those individual medal matches. Tell me how it went.
So obviously, since we're in the Netherlands, the circumstances were tricky. We had some rain, we had some sunlight, we had some wind, like everything. I would say it's 4 seasons in one day. So the wind wasn't too strong. It didn't blow your arrows all the way in the red or whatever, but it was strong enough to do like a little bit of messing with your head. And it got the better of me. And my opponent, I think surprised everyone because he didn't only knock out me, but also world record holder Kim Woojin in the round previous. So yeah, he was just better at that moment, and that's the sad reality of my shooting at the moment.
That was Bangladesh's Ruman Shah, isn't it? Who knocked out Kim Woojin and then unfortunately knocked out you. And we'll shoot for bronze this weekend.
Yeah.
Are you happy with 7th? How do you feel about 7th?
7th is good since it's top 8, and I always strive to do top 8. But it also gets really boring if you do top 8 all the time and don't get a medal. So I'm like, this fuels me a little bit. I really want to do well in the upcoming championships, and I feel good about my shooting, so that's good.
Okay. Obviously, you are going to go for a gold medal with Gabby in the mixed team, and that is incredible.
Yeah, that's not something I expected beforehand. I mean, you always hope for it, and you always go for it, but I wouldn't have put any money on it beforehand.
Why did you shoot so well together here? Why have you been able to get there to the gold medal match?
I think it's simply because we are familiar with the circumstances. We haven't been shooting that much together, but I think this is the tournament that our shooting just came together and as a team. And I think we were solid throughout, so we didn't have any trouble in the matches, whereas normally there's always something going on that makes it more difficult.
Not just solid, you shot some really good matches.
Yeah. I'm happy about not only my shooting, but also that Gabi did really well. And I think if you have 2 good archers that have their moment, this is what happens.
Of course, it's been a long time since the Netherlands had a strong recurve woman, and Gabi came across from Mexico, now living here. It's kind of a good sign going forward. So.
Yeah, especially since mixed team is also going to be Olympic from now on, so it's nice to have a little perspective.
What about the rest of your team? How's the atmosphere been here with the Netherlands, shooting at home at a World Championships?
I would call it really chill. Just like everything is taken care of. We can just drive our own cars to the venue. We don't have to worry about bus times. Everything's just like well thought out and chill. I mean, we're familiar with everything around us, which helps.
You've been a bit spoiled.
Yeah, that's maybe a better word. Yeah.
It's going to be difficult next time around.
Yeah. But now we know that like a world championship is like just another competition, because now it feels like it's just another competition. It doesn't feel as much as a world championships.
Do you think it's going to feel like just another competition when you take to that finals venue in front of a home crowd in the busiest session of this weekend?
Maybe not, but I hope it will give me like a little boost. I hope that the people realize that archery is not a sport where you have to be silent, absolutely silent. And I hope that they will cheer on and maybe like come up with some songs, or I don't know, but I hope they will make a lot of noise. That would be nice.
Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I'm looking very much forward to it, yeah.
Well, what are you looking forward most to? Are you looking forward to walking out? Looking forward to winning? Are you looking for what?
Just shooting in general. Yeah. Like I don't care much about the walking out. I don't care much about the whole presentation kind of thing. I just want to shoot at the finals venue. I've just had the familiarization session, and it's a great venue. I mean, you're shooting directly in in the direction of the. It's not a church, is it? It's
cathedral.
The cathedral, yeah. So, yeah, it's just great. I mean, if you're able to see it with your own eyes, I think everybody would agree with me that it's a great looking venue.
Cool. And we saw last weekend when the Paras were there, a lot of their first arrows went low when they were in the finals venue. Did you pick up anything from your familiarization session?
I think I even started with an X.
Oh.
So my first arrow it went off, and yeah, Ron just said like, oh, that's an X. So yeah, I don't think I have to do too much to my sight settings, or I just need to shoot a good shot, my first arrow, and see where that lands and go by that.
And just explain to me exactly what a familiarization is, because it's not normal at World Championships and other events that we have them.
No, because the practice field for the finals is quite far away from the finals venue. So I think it's a 7-minute walk if I if I remember correctly. So it's over here, and the finals venue is a bit of a walk, or you can go by like a little golf cart or whatever. But that means that the circumstances are different than the venue itself.
Different wind, different...
Yeah, different direction even, I think. I'm not completely sure what the direction is, but...
I have no idea.
My sense of direction is very thrown off by the whole village kind of deal here. But so in this case, we get a half an hour or something to just shoot some arrows and see if you need to change anything to your setup or to your shooting in general. So you can get familiar with the circumstances.
And how many arrows did you shoot in that half an hour?
I shot 32 arrows in 4 ends. So
Okay.
I shot 4 ends of 8 arrows.
That's enough?
It seems enough for me, yeah.
Okay. And then, so when you get there to the finals, just go through, given that you don't have the practice field next door, what's going to be the kind of process from warming up on that field behind us, and then what's going to happen?
So yeah, we'll just shoot here until somebody will pick us up and say, okay, we need to go to the finals venue now, which is usually 20 minutes before or something. So maybe a little longer before now, because the finals venue is not next to the actual venue. And then you just wait and go onto the finals field and go for it.
And you have a small 8-meter warm-up range just next to the warm-up room over there, so you can.
Okay. I
You
didn't know that.
Ah, there you go. Look at that. Learn something new every day. Do you know what I learned today?
No.
That you can eat kiwis with the skin on.
Yes.
No.
I do that all the time.
Really?
Yeah, it gives a little bit of sour to the sweet.
Didn't have a clue. So anyway, you've got an 8-meter warm-up range over there where you can warm up a little bit. How much will that affect your process going into a finals arena?
Not that much, I think. Usually with national finals that we have in cities, we also don't have a warm-up range, so we just we go for it, and then that tends to go well as well. So
Cool. Who's going to come watch?
I hope as many people as possible, but I haven't invited anybody special. I know that some friends of mine are going to come over and watch, but I don't have specific family members that I send tickets to, or I'm just going to wait and see.
But your parents are here.
My parents are here. They have been here the whole week, yeah.
What are they doing here?
My dad's the field manager for the qualification venue and the eliminations. So he makes sure that the right volunteers are at the right spot and the right targets are at the right distance, pretty much. And my mom is one of those volunteers that he sends to places.
And I've seen them staying most of the time when you're shooting the other end of the field.
Yeah. My dad is not very good with nerves when I'm shooting, or when he's shooting, but he doesn't shoot all that much in nervous situations. But he prefers to be out of the picture as much as possible when I'm shooting.
Have you spoken to them much while you've been here?
Between ends, like between the morning and afternoon session, if I bump into them, I'll have a little talk, but it's not like I'm going to shoot and then walk over to them and tell them how it went or whatever. It's just whenever I get the opportunity to see them between shooting, I will have a little talk, and then they can go their way and I go mine.
Nice to have them here.
It's nice to have them here, because now I know that my dad's not furiously pressing a refresh button on his laptop.
Excellent stuff. So they were the other end of the field when your team on Wednesday was trying to qualify those Olympic team spaces, but I was there as well, and your mum was nervous. But over that end of the field was a huge group of Dutch supporters.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Talk me through that team qualification.
So the team qualification for Tokyo, that's the 1/8 final, because the top 8 teams went to Tokyo or get a ticket to Tokyo. And even though I think we're one of the strongest teams on the field statistically, we seem to have some bad luck the last couple of years. Like we never really do super well or something in competitions, and we get knocked out more early than we would have hoped. So there's always that, like the voice in your head that says, "Oh, not this time," because now it's like actually important to win the 1/8, and it's not just because you want to win the competition, but because you want to go to Tokyo and you want to prepare well for the Tokyo Olympics. And from what I've understood, if you didn't get that ticket, the next opportunity is 4 weeks before the games. to get a team ticket. So that's not an ideal preparation. So there's that pressure to get that ticket. But I just kept reminding myself that the team that we were shooting against, which in this case was Ukraine, they had the same pressure. They also wanted to get the ticket to Tokyo. So we just shot the way we can shoot. Like, we even had a round of 60 points, which is pretty awesome in a team match. And then the crowd behind us, that was a great feeling, because you feel that all of the people that are standing behind you, they want to win the match as much as you do, maybe. So yeah, it gives a sort of a little boost.
And you told me afterwards that you felt like a weight had been lifted off your shoulders.
Yeah, very much so, yeah. Because I have been telling people that I want to have like another shot at the Olympics, because I had that 4th place that I obviously want to do better. And you first have to get to the Olympics to get another shot. So having a team ticket will, for me, mean that I will probably go to the Olympics, because I've been such a stable and strong member in the team that I don't have to worry as much to go to the Olympics, and that just was a weight off my shoulders.
And now you've got a year just to look at getting the best you can be before the Olympics, rather than worrying about getting the ticket to go in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm super happy that we can now just have like 1 year of dedicated preparation for the Olympics, instead of preparing for the case you might go to the Olympics, which is a whole different feel, I think.
Okay. That 20 minutes when all those matches are in a row on the line, it's crazy.
Yeah. There was this wall of sound every time the buzzer went. Like, everybody behind the line just shouted the lungs out of their body. They really tried to make their team the loudest team, I think, and I think we won.
But you've got that thing in the finals arena where you know you're going for one match. It's a winner goes through, but this is potentially the most important match in many of the archers' careers at this stage. Like,
yeah.
And there's 16 teams in a row, and 8 go through and 8 don't. It's a very different field.
And then it's a very harsh thing to happen. I mean, there is this first round. It's a 1/12th round in teams, which means that the number 9 till 16 will shoot against the number 17 till 24. And that's harsh in itself, because then, like, if you lose that round, you know that you're not going. If you win that round, you still have to shoot and win over a better placed team, because then the number 9 to 16 have to shoot against the number 1 to 8. So yeah, it's a tough competition, and I think there's been a lot of emotions on Wednesday evening.
Yeah, but good emotions for you.
Good emotions for us, yeah. For us, it was relief mostly, and I think it was nice that we did 1/8 separately from the rest of the team rounds, because then you can enjoy the fact that you have the ticket, and then you can go to sleep, and the next day you can go for it again.
Calm down, because you were pumped, but there was tears, there was all sorts. It really means a lot.
Yeah, it does mean a lot, because the Olympics is only once every 4 years, and there's only so many people who go to the Olympics eventually. So I think it brings a whole lot of pressure with it, this competition, and I'm happy that in almost my hometown, I was able to get the ticket for Tokyo.
Perfect. So you got a ticket. Korea got 2 tickets. Chinese Taipei got 2 tickets. China got 2 tickets. Was there any surprises? Any results that you didn't expect?
I think Great Britain did well with 2 team tickets.
Yeah.
That's maybe something they expected, but I didn't. And yeah, well, good job to them. I mean, and they must be very, very pleased with that.
Yeah, and we also had Kazakhstan upsetting the US, Belarus taking a women's ticket.
Then again, Kazakhstan has been strong for the last couple of years. So as a team, I'm not very surprised anymore if Kazakhstan wins a match.
Really?
I think they have a very good team mentality or team spirit, and they just have 3. Some of them are really good, and some of them are just like quite good. And if you put those in a team and make them shoot 6 arrows in 2 minutes, where you don't have a choice if you shoot a good shot, you just have to shoot your shot and hope for the best. I think for some teams that works out really well, and Kazakhstan is one of those.
Excellent. Obviously, then we had the 4 individual places go to the 4 finalists here: Ruman Shana, Karol Anwar Mohammed, Myron Espoli, and Brady Ellison. And Brady is a big one. He didn't get the team spot, but he has made the final and got himself an individual spot. How do you think someone like that is coping with not having qualified a team, coming from the two-time Olympic silver medalist, and with the amount of expectation that is on someone like that?
It seems that they're coping well, being in the top 4 at the World Championships. Yeah, I have no doubt that they would have loved to have a team ticket as well, but I mean, if you don't, you might as well go for the World Championship instead.
Fair enough. You said this was very close to your hometown.
Yeah.
How close are we?
I think, from what I've heard, but I haven't looked it up myself, but I think it's 14.7 kilometers from my parents' house.
Wow.
Their house is actually closer than our hotel.
But where is your hotel?
In Helvoort,
Okay.
and it's between Den Bosch and Tilburg. It probably doesn't
Means absolutely
it
nothing
doesn't tell
to
you
me.
anything.
But
Yeah.
you have a practice field at your hotel.
We
as well.
do, yeah.
That's
We
kinda
have 6 targets that we can put up and practice. But this week we haven't used it all that much because the circumstances, the weather circumstances, were not great to shoot a whole lot of arrows. So we've only shot when the weather was okay and if we felt like it.
And the schedule's been long here.
The schedule's been very long. I think yesterday I've been on the field from the morning till like almost after dinner. So.
It's not just a competition, this is more of an event, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just describe a bit of what's around us, because we're in the top of the media centre right now, and behind us is the main eliminations qualification field. What else is around?
Yeah, you guys have a great view from here. You can see the qualifications and elimination venue, so you can follow the matches from here a little bit. And then on the other side, there's vendors and also how do you call them?
Activities.
Just activities, but also booths of just manufacturers. It's almost like a little trade show as well, next to the whole archery kind of thing here. And then there's a huge practice field. I don't know if you've been there, but it's it's very big, and which I think is really nice because there's always a lack of practice targets, and here I feel like they were like enough. And then there is multiple occasions to eat something. There's a little snack bar here, and there's a restaurant over there next to the water, so you can have a little bit of a dinner next to the water. It just looks great here, and I think from what I've heard from the other athletes is that they've liked it so far, and that they really feel like this is a special event rather than just another competition.
And you've been involved in it for quite a long time. Are you proud of what's been done here?
Yeah, I'm really proud. In the end, for the last year or so, I tried to keep out of it and focus on my preparation. But in the years before that, since it was known that we were going to have this, I really tried to make sure that the archers had a good time here. So I tried to tell the people, like, okay, we need enough chairs, because it's never nice if there's not enough chairs. There needs to be enough shade if it's sunny, and enough shelter if it's rainy. And the practice targets is something that I really emphasized on, because I don't like it when you have to fight over a spot to practice. Yep. So I told them, like, okay, the practice field needs to be big enough. And I feel like they listened, and but props to them, because I didn't tell them to do everything like this. They had a lot of input themselves, and I think that they managed to do it really well.
Is there anything you'd change about it if you go over it again?
Maybe a little more room behind the shooting line, because it's a bit crowded if there's like a whole qualification or elimination session. But apart from that, I've been enjoying this competition very much.
Perfect. Let's talk a little bit about the finals, and then we'll talk about your final. So I'm gonna press you for predictions on the individual gold medal matches, because
I don't want to insult anybody.
It's fine. You don't have to choose. You can just give a little bit of analysis. We'll start with compound women's. It's going to be Natalie Avdieva against Paige Pierce.
Okay.
How do you think that one's going to go?
I think they're both fighters. They both have the fighter spirit. They want to win no matter what. But I think Paige is more consistent in the competitions that I've seen her, so I would give this one to Paige.
Okay. Compound men's final, James Lux, who we didn't know until last event when he shot a 150 in the final and won gold in Antalya, versus Anders Fogstad. Pretty close? Or?
I think so. I am not going to pronounce it myself because I'll get roasted by my Norwegian friends, but I don't know. They're both pretty young in the competition field. I know that Anders, he switched from recurve to compound only a couple of years ago. James, I think, has been shooting compound for longer, but I felt like maybe this is not correct, but I felt like in Antalya when he shot the 150, there was a little bit of tremble in his thumb. So I don't know if he's going to keep that up. And I would like to see Anders win this because I saw him shoot recurve and he made the switch, and from there I saw his progression. So it would be cool if he got his world championship here.
He's only 19 years old. He's the world number 70, and I came to talk to you earlier and I said it's a surprise, and you were like, well.
Yeah. So I've seen him shoot a 1400 with a bow that wasn't really up to par with bows these days. And I wasn't there, but I've seen the scores, and I think he's been steamrolling the competition in Norway itself. I just think he's a tough competitor, and that he made the right switch from recurve to compound. For some people, that works out really well. We have in our team Sjef, who was shooting recurve for years, but didn't quite get where he wanted to go. And then he switched to compound, and now he's like shooting 690s, and he's a good third member of the team.
It's the right place for him.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the same for Anders.
Fair enough. Kang Chae-young, the world record breaker earlier this week, versus Lei Chen-ying in the recurve women's final.
Yeah, that's also a tough one because Lei beat Choi in the semis, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, she knows what it is to be the Korean, but I don't know. It's just purely statistically, I have to give it to Kang because she's just shooting great.
Yeah, and the score she shot here in was the same as yours.
I was happy to beat my personal best, and then was it the afternoon?
Yeah.
That she also did that. I mean, so I guess I shoot like a girl, but if it's like this, I mean, I don't mind it. Yeah.
And then the last final, Brady Ellison versus Kyrol Anwar Mohammed.
Yeah.
Well, you have a history with Brady Ellison.
Yeah, but not only that, but I think already, even though we're halfway through the season, I think Brady's already the athlete of the year. I might call this a bit early, but yeah, if you see his performance lately and just this whole year, I think he's just been freaking great. I mean, I don't think Kyrol has it in him to beat Brady in a high tension situation like that.
The statistic that really got me was when we looked at the average arrow Brady shot in finals matches over the first 3 World Cup stages, and he's averaging more than 700 on a qualification round.
Yeah.
And in the biggest matches of your life, that's insane.
Yeah, so that's what I said. Undoubtedly, I think he's just the man to beat right now.
Okay, and then your final, which is possibly the most important of the weekend, you and Gabby. Just tell me what you're looking for. Tell me what's going to happen out there.
So we're shooting against Korea, which is obviously the favorite to win the World Championships in mixed team, because they don't only have the world champion or the world record holder Kang, but also the world record holder in cadets. Yeah. Also, he shot 704 or something.
Oh, the cadets, on the 60 meter.
Yeah, and then ever since then he's just been crushing people on 70 meters. So, if we want to win that match, we have to come up with something that's even better than what we've done until now. So, the odds are against us, but who doesn't like an underdog?
Are you confident, or you?
I'm confident. I think we can shoot well, and maybe the finals venue will give us just the right amount of pressure to really shoot some good shots.
Okay, you've got the 7th place individually. You've got the team quota spot, and you're into a gold medal match. What will be okay? What will be good for you? Are you okay with second, or?
I've already had a good week, but I'm okay with the whole weekend if I shoot the way I can shoot, and if I'm happy with my shooting, the result matters less. So obviously I would like to win, but in the end, the most important thing is that I am happy with my shooting.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming and having a chat. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe all of our social media channels, and tune in this weekend for the finals from the 2019 Hyundai World Archery Championships here in Sertogenbosch. Good luck, Sjef.
Thank you.